Welcome to this look at new mods on Farming Simulator 22 with me, MrSealyp. It's Tuesday, it's the 2nd of August. We've got any mods, we've got quite a few updates today, we've got pretty cool mods as well. We have got the map Stone Valley 22 by Lancy Boy has had an update. I would advise, I've said it before, I'm not going to read out everything because sometimes when the changelogs are quite long, yeah, people don't just want to listen to me reading out of changelog, but on the Farming Simulator website, Modhub or the game Modhub, have a look. A whole load of things have been changed. It does say a new save is needed. So that's Stone Valley by Lancy Boy. The AW362 rigged by Adams Kong. The Massey Ferguson 76, 77, 80, 87 series by KRKZ Modding, the Massey Ferguson 5700S 2020 by KRKZ Modding, the Lindner Lindtrack 130 by Agrar Design Austria, the Seed Hawk Pack by BC Bueller and Forward Agriculture, the Kirkling Pack by Pomfrites, the Fliegel Loloda Pack by HR Forst und Verzeugbau, the GL860 Multi-Planter by Tethys Saturn have all had updates. Now, I want to start off with a minor correction to something I said yesterday on the mod review. Apologies to 82 Studio. It was my fault. I made an assumption, and as I often do. If we go into here, the Global Goods Transport Pallet by 82 Studio that came out yesterday, what I did was started at that end and thought, okay, well, it won't be under bales, went to pallets. Now, I had quite a few different pallet mods installed. I scrolled through, didn't see it. Went to big bags, scrolled across, and came to those. And then I said, well, the picture on the website, on the Modhub as well, shows it with a frame around it. I couldn't figure out how to do that. Turns out I'd missed it. It was in pallets. It's exactly the same. I mean, at the end of the day, the mod does exactly the same thing. So they're both here. So if you wanted the one with the frame around it, it was under pallets. I had obviously scrolled through thinking it was going to be right on the end. It wasn't. It was here. So same options, 10,000 litres or Unreal at 200,000 litres. 7 slots or 8 slots, depending on whether you want the one that does everything or the one that does liquids. And yeah, you buy them like that with the framework, and the bag then fills up as you fill it. That was my error, apologies for that, but you can change on this the main colour of the framework and the same with the other one as well. So I just thought I would give an update to that. Right, first up then, we have got the Skid Steer Shovel Pack by FS Minor, 2.34 megabytes download. We've got the HD 2 slots, and we've got the SB180 also at 2 slots. I think that's 1,400 litres. We can have a look actually, because I don't want to guess it and get it wrong. If we go to our skid steer loaders, scroll to the end. The HD shovel, yeah, 1,400 litres for 1,400. The SB180 is 550 litres. Both of these, we have the option to change the main colour to anything on that pallet. And the same with that one. There we go. Quite straightforward for the first mod. Moving down to the field. We have this, the Open Cattle Pasture. This is by Modhub Brasil. It is 0.62 megabytes download. This will hold 200 of your earth bovine creatures. It is 5 slots, 50 grand. Your dialogue box is just here. There is a water trough. There is a feed trough. And you can get your milk out here. But because it's a pasture, there's nowhere to put straw, there's no slurry that comes out, it is simply feed, water, and you get your milk. But it's a nice, I do like the open pastures, especially if you put that on the edge of a field. I know they're not going to roam off into the field, but it gives that impression that they're going to. So it's quite nice. You'll find it under build mode, and animals, under cows, and on the very end there, 50 grand for the open cattle pasture. Quite straightforward. It does say, I just want to double check that, capacities. Feed capacity 72,000 litres, water capacity 19,000 litres, and the milk capacity for the tank is 30,000 litres. Like I say, that will hold 200 cows. Lovely. That's by Modhub Brasil. Next, we have got the Wood Barn. This is by Maca, 4.82 megabytes download, 7 slots on console. 2,500 to buy. There's no lighting. I do like the wood, the texturing on the wood. There's all the knots and stuff in it. It's under build mode and sheds. And not too expensive either. There you go. Wood Barn by Maca. Moving on from there, we come to this. This is the farm dairy. I do like this. Farm dairy. So on your farm, you've just decided, actually, you know what, let's do our own dairy work. Shipping container, and let's crack on. Well, there are two in this pack. So this is by Disturbed Simulation. It's 0.28 megabytes download. They're 4 slots each. The first one will cost you 10 grand. The second one will cost you 30 grand. The first one is standard. I don't know if you can see the bottom right. It says Farm Dairy. And the bottom of this says Farm Dairy Cheaty. So it depends if you're feeling a little bit cheaty. But I do like the idea behind it. Let me just click on that so I get the information correct. So if you get the Farm Dairy, 10 grand, the standard one, milk input, it will hold 10,000 litres. And it will hold 3,600 litres of sugar. If we click onto here now, so I've got, well, I've almost got 3,000. I kind of put in a little bit of both, but so coming out, if you're making butter, 960 cycles per month, cheese, 2,400, chocolate, 4,800, and you can also make raw milk. Now, raw milk doesn't have an outgoing product on the right-hand side. If you decide to go for that option, it's a 1-to-1. You do your raw milk, and it sells directly with a 50% bonus, it does say. Also, sell your own raw milk direct to customers for a 50% boost in price. So if you want to do some raw milk and get paid straight away with a little bit of a boost on there, that's pretty cool. So that's the standard one. I might set that off running anyway. Let's put butter on, for example. So that's the first one. The cheaty one, the other side, the inputs on this are 100,000 litres of each. So 100,000 litres of milk, 100,000 litres of sugar, and also the processing speed is incredibly fast. So butter there, that top one there was 960, this one's 4,800, the cheese is 12,000, chocolate and raw milk are 24,000. So if I stick a raw milk on and the butter there, we should see, I didn't fill those up even slightly, but we should see, especially with the butter, hopefully by the time I finish the, how quickly it's going to process, it might not do. But as you can see, that one is processing a lot slower on the top. That's then got 1 litre in it. That one's already at 6, 7, and climbing litres of butter. So yeah, you can go for the standard or the cheaty version. You can produce raw milk. Cool. And the mod itself, nicely detailed. It looks like an old container, you know, rusty on the ends. Just decided to have a bash yourself and give it a go. Why not? So that's the Farm Dairy by Disturbed Simulations. Behind that, we have got the Crop Storage Pack. This is by DMI 20mm Normandy, 7.6 megabytes download, 7 slots for that building, 6 slots for that building, 45,000, 35,000. I think that's the right way around. You find these under build mode and sheds. If we go across to there. Yeah, 45 grand for the double door and 35 grand. So one just says crop storage, one says crop storage concrete. I thought they both were, but regardless. One's got a double door, 2 doors, one's got a double door. Those are the differences between them. We go and have a look. I haven't found a light switch, but again, that's not unusual for me. I have had a look around. Vehicles, crops, whatever you want to put in here, seed storage, anything you like. It's entirely up to you. There is lighting, but I am assuming it's automatic. I've walked around, I haven't had the thing come up, say, L3 for lighting or circle for lighting, and I can't find a switch on the walls. But these are big buildings and not overly expensive either. 45 grand and 35 grand. Yeah, 2 single doors or the double door. These two open independently and close independently, as you can see. So if you want the other one, you have to go to that one as well. Often you click and both go at the same time. There you go. Lovely. The Crop Storage Pack by DMI 20mm Normandy. Moving on from there, we'll get to those in a moment. We have got the Horsch Tiger 10LT. This is by Baki. It's 5.72 megabytes download, 4 slots on console, 10.2 meters wide. You'll find it under cultivators. It's quite a solid, chunky bit of kit, that. Lot of metal on there, and yeah, we'll see. So, this you'll find under cultivators. On the end there. 75 grand, 400 horsepower required. It needs a bit of oomph to pull it. Like I said, it's a big hunk of metal. No options available. You get it just like that. So let's open it up. Drop it down. You notice nothing's happening? As far as I can tell, it's a shallow cultivator because I've already shallow cultivated this. If we go across this bit, there we go. So as you can see, now that's... Why is that not? Let's go across this bit. There may be a problem with this. That's weird. Still getting the... On part of it, we're still getting the animation on the outside bits, but the inner ones we're not. That doesn't appear to be working. Right, I'm now looking at my options. What have I missed? Nothing. Lift, fold. It's normally just raise and lower, and off goes the cultivator, but that doesn't appear to be. It did a tiny bit there, and then nothing. And it's still, even though it's raised, I'm still getting an animation there. Okay, potentially there's something wrong with it. Let's drop that back down again, try again. Okay, now we're going. And then it stops again. Seems to be picking and choosing when it works. Bit like me. Okay. Watch this space. That may get an update potentially. Let's start that. Lift it. Fold it. There's no other options on that. You don't turn it on or anything. It's just it should just drop and cultivate. Okay. Next then, let's move on from there. We have got the Kubota VS Pack Fertilizers. This is by Rowdy Christie 1 VSR Modding Sir. There are 3 in this pack. We've got them in a row and we'll look at each of them. We've got the VS1350. It has got some other numbers, but we'll move up to that, which is 4 slots and is 42 metre spread. We've got the VS800, which is 3 slots, 24 metre spread, and the VS220, 3 slots, 9 metre spread. We'll have a look at them in the store first, and then you'll see what it'll make more sense what I'm saying about the numbers. If we go to fertilizer spreaders, these will do fertilizer or lime. So the VS1350 has got the option to go up to a 1650, so 1,350 litre or 1,650 litre. You've got old decals, you can have the old Kubota decal or new decals. And then on this one, you've got tractor size medium or XL. I think it attaches anyway, but it's just, I think it's an aesthetic thing. Their main colour, we've got any one of those. So you've got the new Kubota orange, old, and then we've got some different enamels on there as well, which changes the bottom part of the tub. The second one is the 24 metre spreading one. This one you haven't got any options to change it. It's 800 litres, old or new on the stickers, and then main colour options, same as the last one. And then the third one, we've got the VS220. Now this one with VS220, VS330 or the VS440. 220 litres, 330, 440. Decals, old or new, and the same with the colour options on those. I think I've got 2 with fertiliser and 1 with lime, I think. So let me just back up a little bit. So there's no option, if you look top left, there's nothing showing for option on spread width. It's just 42 metres and that's it. So 42 metres. No option to change that, but that's fine. Lime or fertiliser. This one should be 24, so we should see a difference. Come back a little bit. That's got fertiliser in, there we go. 24 metres. Turn that off. Drop it down. Next one we'll look a little bit closer because that little bar, that bit sticking out of that little pipe, that's what flings side to side. I just wanted to show sort of from a distance the difference in the widths. So this one will go a little bit closer because this only goes to 9 metres. There you go. See it, look inside the side. To 9 metres. there we have it. The Kubota VS Pack Fertilizers by Rowdy Christie 1 VSR Modding, sir. Very nice. Next, we've got the Lizard RTM5. This by Holzs FS. 8.71 megabytes. Oh, the other one, but that was 10.21 megabytes, the Kubota. Did I say that? 10.21 megabytes download. This is 8.71 megabytes, 4 slots, 5 meters wide. It's kind of like a spader. It's under miscellaneous, actually, not under cultivators. I thought it would be under the spader section. It's a rotary hoe, but it kind of says spader as well. If we go into, not that one, if we go into miscellaneous and scroll across a little bit, there we go, the RTM5, 100 horsepower required, like I said, 5 meter wide, 4,500. We've got design standard, like that. We've got design 1 with the roller on the back, and design 2. So that's, I mean, they all do the same thing, it's just a different look. The board on that one can be raised and lowered up or down, and that's obviously like stuff flinging out behind it. Same with that one, which I've got, and then we've got that one with the roller on the back. And like I said, they all do the same thing. We can change the main colour to any one of those, which changes the main framework. So let's start this one up. Actually, yeah, I thought it folded. It looked like it folded, but it doesn't. It's 5 meters wide, just like that. R1 and right stick side to side will open or raise and lower those sections. So if you want that down to stop stuff flinging out behind, you can, or you can raise it up. Let's start it up. Rotary hoe, drop it down. There we go. Now it runs at 6 miles an hour, so it's fairly slow, but not a high horsepower required either for a 5 meter one. I mean, somewhere between a spader and a power harrow, I guess, really. Now that will give you cultivating that would bring up small stones, not large stones, because it's not a shallow cultivator like that. It's a regular cultivator and not a deep one that will bring up larger stones, so that should bring up smaller stones, but I've got stones turned off on my test map. So that's the Lizard RTM5 by Holzs FS, which brings me on to the last of the mods for today. Welker Farms map is out. I know a lot of people have been waiting for that. Welker Farms map by Mapper's Paradise has been released. I'm not sure if I'll get onto the map tour tonight, maybe tomorrow morning, and usually you know what YouTube are like. That probably won't post till 3, 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. We'll see. I'll try my best to get it out to you. But yeah, 332.59 megabytes download, that one is. So we'll have a look at that. I'm looking forward to it. This one then, the TLX X52 enclosed trailer by 82 Studio, 33.19 megabytes download, 16 slots. We have a standard version. I do like this. If you go for this option with that spread of wheels and you go for the Kubota side, it looks, anyway. And then there's a reefer option. So you've got a refrigerated unit there and that under there. And there's quite a few options. You can have a standard version, you can have an auto load one. If you go for the reefer option, it will only auto load. So the standard one will auto load everything, as far as I can tell. The reefer one will only auto load pallets of food, so edible things it will auto load, but it won't do other stuff because it's a reefer unit, it's refrigerated, it's supposed to do foodstuffs. That's the point. There's quite a few options on this, as there often are with 82 Studio mods. I don't want to miss anything, but if I do, I apologise to you and to 82 Studio because it can happen. So scroll across, there it is. It's only 82 grand for the base model. We do have the option for Unreal capacities on this as well. Slot count will come down from 16 to 1. So it starts off in a standard configuration. Now the problem I've got is the wheels are quite dark and the lighting isn't great. So from whatever angle I look at it, it's a little bit difficult to see. But so configuration standard, pallets auto load, so that's your standard, 72,000 litres. Then you've got Unreal pallets auto load, 250,000 litres. Then we move on to the reefer unit, which is a standard one, so you can have a reefer unit just for your gameplay. The sides don't open on this, it's an enclosed trailer. The rear doors open. If you're up against the side of a loading dock, or there is a loading dock mod, or you've put a ramp or whatever you want to do, you can drive in and out of it and you can load it normally. It's got tension straps inside, great. But if you then go for the reefer unit auto load, 72,000 litres, like I said, the edible pallets, and then you can go Unreal reefer unit auto load 250,000 litres. So those are your options for what you want to put in it. And then we got the option for Continental, Lizard, Nokian, and then we go through another set like that. So it spreads the axles, then does a triple axle, then 2-axle forward, and then back to 2-axle rear, where we kind of started out. Then you've got the option of wide tyres 2 on, I think, I'm just thinking Nokian standard wide, Continental standard, standard 2, standard 3, standard 4, and you can't really see them that well. There's a few different tyre options within the ranges of the different axles, whatever you end up going for as you scroll through. Then you've got details. Now this one, as far as I can tell, and I'll show you what I mean, on the standard version, so you can have standard, hang on, standard, pallets auto load or Unreal pallets auto load, you get the option for design. So you can have design 1, which is that Kubota decal on the side, design 2, which is that Kubota decal, design 3, 4, 5, 6, no. And then we can change back options and stuff. But if I go up to reefer, hang on, let's go to reefer unit, the option disappears for the side decals. So if you want the side decals, then you probably have to go for the one that's not a reefer unit, because as soon as you hit reefer unit, you lose the side decal option. So just so you're aware, if you click on reefer and you're wondering where it is, it disappears. So go back to that one. And there we go, we're back again. But if you don't want that, back options, again, it's a little bit difficult to see. We've got design 1 on the rear bumper. Design 2 puts a lower section on there. Design 3 changes the rear bumper a little bit and then puts another lower section on design 4. Back to design 1. Mudguards, we've got no, rear, front and rear. Back off again. Attacher standard or with a rear hitch. So if you want a rear hitch for towing other trailers as well, you can. Main colour, anything on that pallet, and we've got quite a few, the satins, the flats, and those kind of things. It depends what you want to go for. Sort of glossy ones as well. Does that. Design colour does the framework around the outside, so you've got chrome affection, stainless steel, changes all the metal work around the outside, so you can change that. You can have it coloured, you don't have to have metal, it's entirely up to you, anything on that pallet. Then rim colour, again, anything on that pallet. Let's go for something that stands out a bit, there we go. Then license plate option, so those are your options. So I will reiterate again, if you want the reefer will only pick up edible pallets. Now, I'll be honest, I haven't tried it with anything else. Maybe I should. It does say that in the description. It does say edible pallets. It's very clear that's what it says. I have got in the back of this at the moment 8,000 litres of lettuce. Now, you can unload. Now, I'm going to see if I can unload. Right, perfect. If you want to unload, don't open the back doors. Because if you open the back doors, it starts to reload again. So if I drive forward just a little bit, press it again, let's get all those out. Right, so that's all my lettuce unloaded. So you can unload whatever you put in there, you can unload it by doing that. If I back up now, nothing happens. If you want the auto unload, if you've gone for an auto load, if you've gone for the auto load option, you need to open the doors. Once you open the doors, then you back up and you'll start to auto load back on there again. Like I said, there are straps. So if you don't want to do auto load and you want to load stuff in yourself off of a dock or off a ramp or whatever, you can put stuff in there and strap it down. Lighting, chicken lights and stuff down the sides. It's nicely detailed. I went for the triple axle on this. If I back up a little bit more, there we go, you can see. It's got quite a wide pickup area, pickup zone. But I'll show you what I mean when that stops just a second. If I leave the doors open, because that's what you need to load it back up again, if I unload, it will automatically start to reload, so just be aware of that. If I unload, so you go, it's already taken it back in again. So unload with the doors shut. If you want to load on, open the doors. Now what I'm going to do, let's close that a second. I'm going to unload. I'm going to see if I can collect, now the other one works exactly the same way. Doors open at the rear, L1 and X opens the doors. I'm going to go and collect, or see if I can collect some pallets of stuff that aren't edibles. So I'll pick something that's not edible, maybe clothing or something, I don't know. We'll pick a couple of pallets and see if they'll load up. So I don't want to just say it and then find, you know, it happens and then people say, oh, you didn't check. I just went by, I'm just trusting the person that wrote the description. Let's go fabric, shall we? Should we go with 8 of those? Let's go with 8 of those. Doesn't really matter, does it? Buy. So these shouldn't, shouldn't load up. If they do, they do. It doesn't matter then if you go for the reefer or not, but we'll see. I don't think they will, but there we go. Doors are open. I've backed up. They're not loading. So there we go. The proof of the pudding, as they say, is in the loading. So the reefer will only do edible goods. That's a nice mod, that. I like it. I like the unload function. I do like the fact we are getting these Unreal options now. And again, I know some people do get a little bit annoyed about it, but again, you don't have to have the Unreal. Set it on the standard one. 72,000 litres, that's still a pretty good capacity if you're going to load it right up. And if you don't want to do auto load because you think that's cheating as well, then don't have the auto load on. But it does have straps inside, so like I say, you can load normally and be happy as Larry and whatever you want to do. It just gives everyone the option to pick and choose how they want to play it, and just gives you a few more options. Very nice indeed, and I do like the decals on that. That's pretty cool. That's it. The TLX X52 enclosed trailer by 82 Studio. That's it for the mods for today. That's it from me. I hope you found it useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.